How's it going, everybody, man? My name is Riley. If it's your first time seeing my face here on YouTube, go subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. On today's clip, we're going to be reacting to the Georgia school shooting that just happened just a few days ago. They already got the suspect in custody, and he's actually already in front of a judge here yesterday. That's what we're going to be reacting to today, is him stepping in front of the judge and just kind of, laying out what's going on. So before we do that, we do have a few announcements to make. We've been live streaming here on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. I'm gonna go have the other links to those channels down below. I'll greatly appreciate if y'all go down there, check those out, drop a follow, and yeah, turn those post notifications on so you know when I do go live here on YouTube. Come tap in, say what's up. I'm happy to meet some of you guys in there. We also have a little giveaway up for you guys. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away a couple $50 gift cards. So if you're trying to make some free money, all you gotta do is go down at the bottom of this video, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, share it for bonus points, and you're automatically entered. Super easy. Other than that, we're just going to hop right in this video. Let's go. Alright, y'all, figure out how this clip. Make sure you're comfortable, grab something to snack on and something to sip, and let's enjoy this video together.
All right, good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Colt Gray? My name's Corey Mingledorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceedings. Mr. Gray, I do need to inquire as to whether you're able to read and write the English language.
Yes, sir.
All right. I also want to inform you, I want to ask you, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in these proceedings?
Yes, sir.
And you are, in fact, represented today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Zane Harmon, you're here on behalf of this defendant, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you understand that you have the right to be continuously represented throughout this proceeding, and if you cannot afford to hire counsel, then this court is obligated under the Constitution to provide counsel for you without cost to you. All right, I am going to inform you of a few other matters, and I'm not going to ask you anything, just inform you. So one is, I want to make sure that you are aware that you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all. And it's important to understand that because anything you might say could be used against you at further proceedings associated with your case. I want to inform you of the charges that you currently face. In essence, you are charged with 4 counts of felony murder as outlined in the state warrants that have been issued against you. I want to make you aware that the maximum penalty for felony murder, so for each count, the maximum penalty is that you could be punishable by death, by imprisonment for life, without parole, or by imprisonment for life, with the possibility of parole. If you have any questions about these charges, then I would urge you to discuss those with your attorney. I would invite you, Mr. Harmon, to inform the court as to whether there's a request for bond at this time.
At this time, Your Honor, there is not a request for bond. We will file the appropriate motions if that becomes necessary.
All right. An indictment by the grand jury for most felony offenses or accusations, well, you have the right to receive an indictment for these offenses. And I assume Mr. Brad Smith is here on behalf of the DA's office, or he is our district attorney, and he's accompanied by Ms. Patricia Brooks, who is his chief assistant.
What's going on through this guy's head right now, man?
A preliminary hearing, you'll have the right also to a preliminary hearing, unless you make a bond, which of course at this point there's no bond being requested, or unless you waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or a jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. As you sit here in this courtroom today, under the law, you are presumed innocent. Your refusal to testify at any point in any proceeding will not be used against you in determining whether you are guilty or not guilty. Counsel, let me just inquire as to whether there are any other items that the court should address before we conclude this preliminary hearing.
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Well, I do have one piece of information to convey to the court. There was a development yesterday afternoon that makes it necessary for our office to have alternate counsel appointed, and arrangements have already been made in that regard. I've already explained that to Mr. Gray, and alternate counsel will be appointed by the end of the day today.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Donna C. Graves. All right, then with that, this hearing is concluded, and you may escort this defendant out.
He goes, and then probably for, I'm guessing the rest of his life. If not, it will take his life in there. But I don't think they're going to charge him with a death penalty. They might.
All right, with
I mean,
that, I
he's
understand
young.
that we have another clearance hearing. And at this hearing, I'm first going to ask you just a few.
So I heard through the grapevine that his father got arrested for second-degree murder as well. I'm not too sure if he was supplying his son firearms or.
A few questions,
or
and then I'm
I
going to
did
advise
remember
you of
seeing an
your
article on
rights,
that.
and
I think this might be him
also
right
let
here.
you know about a preliminary hearing that's been scheduled for you. Why don't you just state your name, please? All right, you pull the microphone down, please. There you go. All right, and how old are you, Mr. Gray?
54.
And are you able to read and write and understand the English language without
Yes,
any
sir.
difficulty?
Yes, sir.
How far did you go in school?
11th grade GED.
Okay. And I note that you have counsel seated with you at the table. Do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney at all times for this and all future proceedings in your case?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that, of course, if you cannot afford an attorney, that the public defender will be appointed to the system is working? And all right, so the following aren't questions that I'm going to ask. I'm just informing you of some things. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you at further hearings or at a trial on the charges that you're facing. For this hearing, you're not going to be questioned about facts and circumstances surrounding your charges. You are currently charged with, and you'll be provided with copies of the warrants if you don't already have them. You're currently charged with 2 counts of felony murder in the second degree.
2 counts, second-degree murder.
You're charged with 4 counts of felony involuntary manslaughter.
Wow.
You're charged with 8 counts of felony cruelty to children in the second degree.
Damn,
Now,
he's
for
getting
these
life.
offenses, for the felony murder counts in the second degree, felony murder in the second degree, the maximum penalty for each count is up to 30 years imprisonment. For felony involuntary manslaughter, of course, again, there are 4 counts. The maximum penalty for each of those offenses is 10 years imprisonment. For the 8 felony cruelty to children counts, the maximum penalty under the law for each of those 8 counts is 10 years
Damn.
imprisonment, for a maximum total possible penalty for the charges that you currently are facing of 180 years imprisonment.
Wild.
If you have questions about these charges, which I assume that you will, the court urges you to discuss those with your attorney. Let me inquire as to whether there's a motion for bond, if Mr. Gray is moving for bond at this time.
No, sir, not at this time. We will allow alternate counsel to make that decision.
All right, thank you. All right, I also need to inform you that you have the right to an indictment by a grand jury, and you also have the right to a preliminary hearing unless you make bond or waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. I want to make it clear to you, Mr. Gray, that you are presumed innocent. Your refusal to testify at any point
Pacing, man.
cannot be used against you in determining whether you are guilty
He's been rocking back and forth in the sea ever since he's entered. Dude's stressing, man.
or not guilty. I mentioned the first appearance hearing a moment ago. That is being set for you for December 4th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Currently, that's set to take place in the Magistrate Court of Barrow County. It could be subject to change, but I just want you to know that that is the date that we currently have. In fact, counsel, could you approach, please? I have this, let's see, I need to scratch this out. This document that discusses bond and gives the date of the preliminary hearing, and I guess I could sign that, and then he could just get a copy of it. And then the warrants are attached to that. Sign that, so
Guy's losing it, man.
I would like for him to sign it. Turn it around, please.
Sign right there, just so you're getting a copy of this. He is giving you a copy. He's gonna give you a copy of all the warrants. Do you want me to go ahead and give him his copy?
Yes, please.
And the page continues. And are these his copies of the warrants?
Those are provided, and they say service copies on them, so I assume that they're for him.
Okay.
Sergeant Briscoe, do you concur with that? Is that what those copies are for?
That's for the detention center.
Those are for the detention center? So he's got his own copies, or he'll have them provided? All right, so the detention center wants to hold on to those. All right, let me, and thank you, Ms. Seagraves. I want to certainly acknowledge the presence of our district attorney, Mr. Brad Smith. He's assisted by his chief assistant, Patricia Brooks. Is there anything else, counsel, that the court needs to address that I have neglected to address?
No, Your Honor.
No, sir, not at this time.
All right. I do want to thank those who are in the gallery who have an interest and who have appeared. I appreciate the decorum that has been maintained throughout this proceeding, or both of these proceedings today. And with that, this matter is adjourned.
The attorney who's going to represent you, I think his name is James Rogers. We're going to make that official later today, but he'll come and see you probably the first part of next week.
That's it. That's a wrap. So it's gonna be a long process. I feel like unless they do both apply for a speedy trial. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do some more research on how the dad's getting charged for this. I don't know how he was involved with this crime. I'm guessing because I've seen this a couple times before. His dad had firearms. Maybe he let his son shoot him. Kind of, sort of how we just had with the attempted president assassination. And the dad just doesn't care that his son goes out, uses rifles, or, I'm going to have to do some more research on that. We're definitely going to have more and more evidence coming as the days come, I can only imagine, from people from either that went to school with this kid or friends with him or vice versa with a parent. So we're definitely gonna have a lot of information coming out about that. We're gonna keep covering the story on this channel. And what is y'all thoughts and comments on this? Do you think they should receive the max, or do you think? I think the kid obviously deserved the max. Like I said, I'm doing some more research on the parent, but the kid, if he's going out shooting up at school, I mean, come on, man. There's different ways around it, and obviously, I think he injured 9 people and he killed 4. I don't know what the injuries of the 9 people. I don't know if they were shot or what, if they were hit or just got injured during the trambling of other students. But yeah, I hate to see these school shootings, and unfortunately, it's not very too uncommon over here in America. I don't know why it's like the new thing for these kids to be doing. But other than that, go ahead and list your comments and thoughts down below. I'm going to be answering back every single comment left on this video. We're going to roll this outro. Let's go. Alright, y'all, we're going to wrap this one up. If you enjoy this type of content, I'm going to go and link a playlist right in the video. It's going to have all the reactions on there for y'all to check out. We got the little giveaway up I was talking to you and started the video. So if you're trying to make some free money, super easy to enter. All you got to do is go down bottom of this video, leave a like on this channel, subscribe to the channel, share this video for bonus points, and automatically locked in for the giveaway. Winners will be announced once you reach 1,000 subscribers. We've also been live streaming, like I said, again in the start of the video, so make sure you turn those post notifications on. Go check those other channels down in the description. I very much appreciate it. Also very much appreciate all y'all that support this channel so far. We're going to keep pumping out these videos for you guys. Hoping you guys keep enjoying them. Other than that, we'll go ahead and catch y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.